Hey guys, it's Mikey from CAA. We wanted to give you a little bit more information on our new PCC, our new rifle coming out. So we're going to go into depth. We're going to break down from the stock to the end of the barrel and what are the unique things we're going to be doing. So we wanted to create our PCC, our rifle, that I do not have to break my wrist, I do not have to do unnatural movements and motions in order to hold the gun steady. So every part of my body is now going to be radically changed to the way we do it. We're going to start from the stock. The stock itself, it will fold left and right. It will allow you to shoot when closed. It will, as you can see in this picture, it's going to be gripped a little bit on the high, so it's holding on to my shoulder, so that more, the weight of the gun is more rested on my shoulder instead of just being squarely against it, as you can see in the picture. And it was also important for us that when it folds, that you're able to shoot, and it can fold, as we said, lefty and righty. From there, we go to the Cheekpiece. Now, the Cheekpiece we've been working on for months. When you look at it at a normal Cheekpiece, and you look at a normal stock that people shoot with, and we see it all the time, pretty much amazing. My sight is always in the center bore. Underneath the center bore is the tube. I have to get my eye to be in a straight line with the rear and front sight or with the red dot sight. I have to get behind it. Now, when I'm here, I'm not there. In order to get there, I must push my head towards the stock. So the stock, the Cheekpiece, pushes inside of my cheek to my jawbone, which allows my eye to get to the center. Or there are some people that even do a mistake and they rock their head to the right, allowing the eye to get behind the sights. So if I'm here, I can't see the sights. In order to see the sights, people don't even think they're doing this. They either go from above it and rest, or they push to get to the middle. I have to bring my eye to the center. This bothered me very much. And then when you look at what point of your face is actually being touched by the Cheekpiece, it's a very, very small area right here, less than an inch, that is actually touching your face. And you're basically resting your head on this stock, tube, Cheekpiece, whatever it may be. So we're redesigning that entirely. So there'll be more points of contact with your face. Similar to when you're on a beach and looking at someone on the beach lying down, it's like cupping your face. We're going to have more area of your face that is touched by this Cheekpiece that we're creating. And I don't want to give away everything, but it will not be from polymer. It will not be from plastic. Our Cheekpiece is going to be a different material, which will give a lot more comfort and security and being able to go back to the same place each time, and it can be done for individuals. We'll get to that when we get to that. So after we spoke about the stock and we spoke about the Cheekpiece, now we go to the pistol grip itself. Okay, this is a 3D of our lower. Now this is radical, we understand that. So you can see here, the pistol grip is not behind the lower as it is in every gun in the world. It is off to the side, and there's even a tunnel for your thumb, which and there's going to be a little safety here in the back, which only when you press that safety, like a 1911 or an Uzi or whatever, that releases you can pull the trigger after that. This grip is going to be angled downwards and forward, which will now bring my finger to the trigger, my index finger to the trigger, at a much different angle than having to break my wrist and pull it back. So now it's going to be more on a downward angle and a rear angle, so this is going to be the trigger pull. So the trigger pull itself, the trigger will sit here, and when I pull, I will pull down. So the trigger pull itself will be downwards. I will not be pulling a trigger this way, but I will be pulling a trigger this way. So basically what I'm trying to create here is a continuation of my hand. So when I'm holding the gun, instead of breaking wrist, I'm going to keep my hand exactly like it is normally, and this will be the trigger pull. So this is my grip, and this is the trigger pull. Now this is very different than anyone's ever seen before, but we believe that this is going to be the most comfortable PCC to shoot in the world. Once you have it in your hands, you're going to feel that. So every point of contact we're dealing with. On the lower also, we made a kind of like cool thing on the rear. Maybe you guys have seen this in other guns. We have an opening here. They're obviously going to take Glock magazines, but we're going to supply our own magazines as well. This allows you to quickly get your magazine in place. So wherever you go, it's like a funnel, and then you go upwards toward inside of the mag well. It'll be a little bit easier to get your magazine inside the mag well with regards to speed. Okay, so we spoke about the lower. We spoke about the trigger pull. The trigger pull itself, by the way, it's going to be 2.5 pounds. It's on the lower option, we believe, and the distance itself will be a very short distance, so the travel of the trigger will be very soft, slow, short. It will not be a very long one. With our Galileos back in the IDF, it was a very, very long pull. So was the Tavors. So ours is going to be a lot shorter than that. It will add accuracy, and it's not going to be a hair trigger. It's not a sniper's trigger, but 2.5 pounds is on the lower side. It'll have a dual safety, as we said, one in the thumb and one in the forward on the forward finger, index finger. But the trigger pull itself, we think, is going to be radically different than what you guys are used to, because it's a pulling down motion and not a pulling back. Regarding our bolt itself is going to have an ambidextrous charging handle, which you'll be able to put it on the left and on the right. The slide release, which we have, obviously you have a mechanism to lock the slide in the back. It will also be ambidextrous, and as well as the mag release will also be ambidextrous, so you will have the options of both right and lefty on this, and you can put the charging handle wherever you want. You want to put on your weak hand, which I like. I think your right hand should always be on the pistol grip, and your left hand should be the one doing the logistics, bringing in the magazines, cocking the weapon, clearing the weapon. It should always be done on the weak hand. That's the way we teach it in the IDF, by the way. But I know there are other militaries that use your strong hand to cock a weapon. I'm not for that, because I think our right hand should always be where the trigger is. So if I need to shoot, I can shoot with one hand. I don't want to take my right hand away and start doing things with the hand, and now suddenly I need to shoot, and I have a magazine in my hand. I got to go back to the pistol grip. But that's just a train of thought. What else we're doing also is changing the forward grip of the weapon. So regarding the forward grip, this is going to be our forward grip, by the way. Our forward grip, when I'm holding the weapon, will be like this. My arm will be straight. I will not be breaking my wrist. I will not be bringing my wrist inside. It will not be changing anything. It'll just be straight. So this grip, my hand will be like this. Now, there are those that enjoy putting their arm more forward. There are those that enjoy pulling it back more. The pistol grip itself, which will have a flashlight underneath the barrel, will be able to rotate and like a railroad track, can go forward and back along the barrel length. So wherever it's comfortable for you, you're going to put it and then you're going to lock it. It's going to have a lower Picatinny rail, but it's going to slide above the Picatinny rail, and wherever you want, you let go of a button, it's going to lock in place, and that will be for yours. But it can run wherever you want, and obviously you'll have a little flashlight, so you can, wherever you want to put it, you're good to go. Now this gun is going to be made, there's going to be a skew for the righties, and there's going to be a skew for the lefties. So your lower is going to be lower for your right-handed people. There's going to be a lower for the left. It's going to be a totally different left. So it's going to be a different skew. The pistol grip itself and the forward grip will both have openings for spare magazines. So other than the magazine that's inside of the PCC, you have another 2 options, one in your pistol grip and one in your forward grip that have other magazines. So you physically are taking 3 magazines on the gun if you would like to. Regarding the barrel lengths, we are going to have 3 options. One is a 16-inch barrel, one is a 10-inch barrel, and one is a 10-inch barrel with a faux suppressor that's to 16 inches. So this way it has like a cool factor. All those will obviously be different SKUs. You guys pick whichever ones you guys want. There was a lot of talk on what's the name of this gun. We were going to Genesis, we went to Ergo. Both of these are in our market, and we thought, even though there was lots of arguments on this, what the name of the gun should be, we decided to go outside the box and go to a name that's very unique to us. It's going to be hard to understand in the beginning, but it's going to look very, very cool. And the name that we decided on is called the AGADA. You'll see on top how you pronounce that. AGADA, AGADA. That is going to be the new name of this PCC. By the way, it's going to have the Hebrew letters on it as well. It's kind of cool stuff from the Old Testament stuff. And that means legend in Hebrew. It's a big deal for us. We think this is going to be very easy to remember, and hopefully you guys will feel that it's a legend, this gun. It's definitely thinking outside the box. The price point was very important to us to get it to you guys at an affordable price. So it will be sub 900 at MSRP, probably closer to 800 in MAP. We are going to be releasing pre-SHOT Show. So hopefully our first few thousand will be out before we get to SHOT Show of this year, 2022. And by the way, at SHOT Show 2022, we're also going to be announcing our new MCK Gen 3, which is coming out, which has a crazy new stuff on it, and we'll talk about that in another video. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe.